Hi, Susan. So good to see you. Thanks so much for joining me this evening. I'm really grateful that you're here and here just to tell me your thoughts on the Back on Track program that we've been working on. What, for 6 sessions, haven't we? So we did it over 6 sessions, but we actually had a couple of 2 week intervals, didn't we? Just to
Mhm.
um, give you a chance to catch up and swat up on your notes and all those sorts of things.
Practice.
Practice, absolutely, absolutely, yeah. So, I'm curious to know when you started these sessions with me, which we did on Zoom because we're at opposite ends of the
Yes.
country, aren't we? So,
Yes.
which we did on the video call every time. Did you have a goal when you started this? What was in your mind? Did you have a point that you wanted to get to?
Yes, and I think in our first session we actually looked at that, and it was my aim. So it was never about losing weight. It was about being healthier in myself. And funnily enough, I did look back at my notes, and I wanted to be more fun, happy. I wanted to be confident in my body and more energized. So um, I think it was really good in the first session to actually tease that out and remind myself what my goals were as I was working through the 6 weeks.
Sure, that's brilliant because actually, yeah, I remember that session. It's made me go a bit goosey actually because it was an amazing session because you came out with some stuff that was just really lovely. And a lot of people just go straight, I want weight loss. And yeah, that might be a goal, but it was more about being being you and getting back to you and getting back on track, really, which is what it was all
But
about.
I
Your
I
identity.
actually don't think now that I've been through the 6 week program, I don't ever think your goal should be to lose weight. I think it should to be to eat healthy and eat to be well. The weight loss that I've had has come naturally, not thinking about weight loss, not thinking about diet, and just by changing what I'm eating, naturally it's happened.
Fantastic. Fantastic. Yes, it's kind of the side effect, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. Yes,
Yeah.
definitely.
Okay, brilliant. And just before you came on the program, before we started the Back on Track
Mhm.
sessions, what was did you have any challenges or frustrations then before you joined it that you couldn't get over?
Yeah.
What was going on?
So energy, absolutely energy for me, always been an issue.
Mm.
Um, I had menopause symptoms as well. So there was a number of reasons that I wanted to feel well in myself.
Mm.
Definitely the energy one's always been a big one.
Fantastic. Okay. Um, and the energy's back, isn't it?
It's much, much
She's
better.
she's
Yes,
back
yes.
on track completely. That's really good. But what
Yeah,
was the turning
absolutely.
point? What made you decide to work with me and invest in yourself? Actually, what made you decide to invest in yourself?
Yes,
Because I know that was quite a thing for you at the beginning. It was kind of,
absolutely.
oh,
Yes.
mm,
So obviously, I did the taster session when you came
yeah,
along and spoke to Sheila's group.
yes. I spoke to a
That
group of you, didn't I? I did a talk. Yeah,
yes,
yeah.
yeah, that perked my interest. At the same time as Sheila had encouraged me to, or not encouraged me, had mentioned about the batch cooking lady. So
All right.
healthy
Yeah.
eating that worked in with the yours, and yeah. So I'm going to be honest that investing in yourself is quite a guilty thing to want to do. I think as a mum, is if the girls want something, it's no problem with Craig, yeah, go for it. But actually
And your
stepping back
horse.
and saying, and the horses, exactly, but stepping back and saying, well, actually, I'm going to do something for me. It does play on you. And I wasn't, I was like, oh, do I treat myself? Do I not? But actually, it's not a treat. It's a, for me, I've learned so much that actually it wasn't just for me. It wasn't a thing for me. It's been for everybody in the family because they're now,
Right.
I'm sharing the knowledge I've had. I've got them eating lots of different foods and trying lots of
Amazing.
new foods. So yes, I invested in me, I invested in my family by learning how to eat healthier. So so yes, go for it as you, but it's wider than that.
Interesting, because I don't think you thought that at first, did you? And,
No,
and
I
actually, that's
didn't.
not something you've said to me either. I know you said you shared a lot of this with your family, and we've joked about, you preaching at the dinner table and stuff like that, haven't we? But initially, it did feel about you, but as the sessions have gone on, you've just, like you've just said, it's, oh, that's really interesting that you used to say that, and that's great. It's great as well.
100%. Yeah, definitely.
In the first couple of sessions, because obviously this is something quite new, in the first couple of sessions, did you have any initial thoughts or feelings during those first couple of sessions? Can you remember, like, did you have any,
So it was the second session. So in the first session, you'd asked me to keep a food diary.
Yeah.
And in the second session, we spoke about my food diary. And this is going back to my energy levels again, where through discussion about what I was eating, I always had a slump in the afternoon. So it was like reducing your carbs, because it's what works for the individual. So what works for me was reducing the carbs in the morning and at lunchtime. And that was almost instant that I
It was,
survived
wasn't
the
it?
afternoon.
Yeah.
It was a massive, like, oh my God, this is definitely the right track I'm on. This is definitely for me. That was week 2 that I already noticed a difference in my body, and just, I suppose, I would never have gotten there. It doesn't matter what diet you would have done, that you would never have gotten.
No, and I remember you saying to me, actually, when we met again, you said, "I can't believe it. I got to the Friday and I felt fine. I felt full of energy." It was really lovely to hear that.
Woo!
Absolutely. So I was going to ask you what breakthroughs or results have you had? So I suppose that's one key one, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. I think another key one for me is, and we all have our own starting point on this journey. So for me, hold my hands up, I'm really quite clueless, or was clueless, when it came to foods. So you eat your meat, your veg, but you don't actually appreciate what they're doing for you, or your fruit, your antioxidants, all of that I didn't know. So instead of saying, oh, tonight we're having chicken and broccoli, I'm saying, now you've got your protein and you've got your fibre. So I never understood all that before. So it's really been transformational, I suppose, is the right word for me.
Oh, yeah. That's amazing. That really is amazing. I want to ask the question, so how has it impacted you day to day?
So interestingly, people around me are noticing the difference in my skin, how bright my eyes are, that I'm changing shape. So I think that's really nice. But for me, it's really about having more energy and I've got a spark again, and it's been a struggle. Like when you're doing the horses and you're sweeping the yard and you've no energy, that's a horrible feeling. But now I have energy, and I have energy at the end of the night. Instead of finishing work and going to lie down, it's like you've got your life back. So you are what you eat, but that's such a cliche and such a saying, but there's so much behind that saying, isn't there?
There really is, absolutely. That's incredible. That's lovely to hear as well. I really, and you've done so well, because you took everything on board. You were really keen to learn, and I loved our sessions because we'd have discussions. We'd stop on a point and you'd ask questions, and we'd have discussions about a certain point, which made me appreciate how interested you were and how ready you were for this as well. So
yeah, I think that's a massive thing that I've said to you before. God, I wish I'd known this years ago.
Yeah.
I think, and it would be so good to have known it years ago, but I think this was you just came along at the right time. I had space to think about myself, think about you know, invest in myself, which, you know, had I known this years ago, would have made an impact on what you fed the kids when they were younger as well. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
Amazing. Had you tried other things before?
Yeah, so just the usual. I lost a lot of weight on Scottish Slimmers, sticking to their
Okay.
regime when I was younger. But then so I did all that. I lost all my weight. I lost all my muscle as well,
Yes.
because I was so strict on my diet. And as soon as
Yep.
I started exercising, my hunger come back. And because I didn't have the knowledge then to, for example, make sure I'm eating enough protein, it was great. Diets are not the answer. They're really not. It's having this knowledge that I've got now
Mm.
that everybody needs.
Yeah. I mean, you're absolutely right. Losing weight, as we've discussed, losing weight, going on a diet has lots of impacts, lots of doesn't always have the result you want, and often you lose muscle because the body will hold on to the fat. So, you know, for energy, you know, big serious dieting. So yeah, you obviously experienced that. So yeah, and
Yeah.
we've all been there, haven't we?
Yeah, well, exactly.
Yeah, we've all
We'll
tried
learn
it
as we
all.
go.
Just lastly, then, what if there's someone on the fence about this and they're thinking, oh, I don't know if you know, I should be doing this. Like you have that guilt. You know, it's a bit, you know, a bit
There's
selfish.
no guilt.
What
This
would you
is an
say to them?
investment. This is an investment in you, but it's not just about you. This is about your whole family. This is having a healthy family. So I get the guilt about putting yourself up, but you're absolutely not. You're doing this for everybody around you and for everybody to be healthier and live longer. So absolutely go for it.
Thank you. Brilliant. It's been amazing working with you. You
Oh,
you you
thank you.
are you are an A-star student. Thank you for
Oh.
joining me on this really hot and sweaty night as well. After a hot day in Glasgow, I appreciate you just jumping on and answering those questions for me, and just and it really helps other people if they are in your situation, especially when you get to this age, when we get to midlife, as they call it. Things are changing, and it's so easy to blame menopause, but you've actually discovered it's
And I
not all
probably,
about that.
yeah, and I probably should have said in amongst this as well that understanding how your body works and changes through menopause was really an eye opener for me as well. You know, you, through the knowledge that I've gained, and now understand why trying to do these other diets wasn't working. That's a big key learning for people, and it sort of
Yeah,
almost takes the pressure off you as well, because it's not that you're doing it wrong or you're not trying hard enough. It's just your body's changed and it wants different
yeah,
things and works differently.
yeah,
Probably
yeah.
should have said
Absolutely
that
does.
earlier on.
No, that's fine. I know that's fine. It's lovely. It's lovely that you've just added on that onto the end, because it's absolutely true. It's very easy for us to go, oh, it's the menopause. I should expect to feel like this, you
Yeah,
know.
but no,
But
no,
it's not always the case, is it? No.
you are
As
what you
you
eat.
you are what you eat. Absolutely. Thank you so much, Susan. It's been amazing working with you, and I really appreciate your comments. And yeah, take
No
care.
problem. Bye.